I'm Domenico Montanaro, and this is First Read Minute, and I'm here with my colleague Mark Murray once again. And Mark, today looks like a little bit, we've been talking about the thaw from Republicans, that they may agree to a deal. It looks like that the establishment seems to be striking back a little bit.
That's right, Domenico, and not only just in this fiscal cliff situation, but John Boehner seems to have a stronger hand than he's had in the past. Kathy McMorris Rodgers, who is supported by the Republican House establishment, ended up beating Tea Party person Tom Price for a House leadership position. There does seem to be some evidence that the Republican establishment, pretty much a month after Mitt Romney's defeat in the November election, is making a comeback, but that might only be a situation in the short term.
Well, it could be. I mean, the reality is in the House that there were a bunch of Tea Party members in the past year and a half that who lost either primaries or in the general election. So those like 80 or so members dropped down to around 60 or so. So you wind up losing those. Paul Ryan's efficacy, he had endorsed Tom Price, and that was rebuffed, and then Boehner stripping those 4 members of their committee seats. So there have been some power plays for sure, but the one place we've seen that if you're not in leadership, it's hard to exert some of that power, and we saw that over in the Senate where Jim DeMint yesterday said he was going to resign and head up the Heritage Foundation. It's like President Obama said, you can't affect change from Washington from the inside. It's got to come from the outside. It looks like that's what Jim DeMint's doing.
And Domenico, from the outside, with Jim DeMint could actually make the Heritage Foundation almost into a club for growth on steroids that actually could have a very, very big impact on Washington, on the conservative movement. Of course, that's a long-term deal. We'll be able to see what the Heritage looks like a year or two from now, but he's definitely making an outside move.
Well, I'd be happy to make a push for any movement for $1 million a year, I think. It's kind of probably what
sounds good.
Get. I'm Domenico Montanaro.
And I'm Mark Murray.
That's First Read Minute.